So how much does it cost to buy a home?
So depending on where you are and what state you are, buying a home can be, it depends of what type of home you're trying to buy and where you are. So different states have different prices when it comes to home. And a state like New York, for example, will have a potentially higher price in real estate than another state. So it just depends on where you are and what kind of home you're trying to buy. There's home for 50 that you can buy from $50,000, and there's home you can buy for $50 million. So it depends on your budget and where you are.
Okay. So as a real estate consultant, so what advice do you have, like somebody like me, if I want to buy a home? It's going to depend on your age or the income you make. Because sometimes people, if like, let's say they are 60, and then they have a good income. And those people who are under 30, then they don't have good income, and then they want to buy a home because it takes a long time to pay off the debt. So as a real estate consultant, what's the advice you have for somebody like a young man who want to buy a home?
So when it's come to buying a home, it's a very personal and it's a big financial decision. It's a big financial commitment. So it's very personal. It depends on your situation and your plan in life. Buying a home, the sooner you buy a home, the more you can start paying off, especially if you're getting a loan. You can wait to turn 60 and buy a home or cash, or you can, but it's better for you since by the time you reach 60, you will be paying rent from now to 60. If at the end is to go and pay the money, you already lost all that equity that you can be accumulating over the years. So you have to look at where you are and see the best decision there. That's why I always advise in the book I mentioned that many times. I advise having a good consultant sitting down with you, going through where you are and what makes sense for you at the time.
Okay, that's very good. So can you list a few advantages of buying a home versus renting?
Buying home is just first this equity that you gain on every month that pass. Every month the rent that you should be paying to someone, you're paying to yourself. A part of it to yourself. So that's a big advantage. Also the sense of stability that generate the fact that you have your own home. You have a certain sense of stability or comfort, and the house is yours. So you know if you can do things, you can be more free in your home than in somebody else's apartment. So all those things come into play. And when you're renting, there's also good advantage because when you rent, for example, as I mentioned earlier, you can move from state to state. You can take a job and move easily. You don't have to sell a house in order for you to relocate. You have a certain the most thing when it comes to renting, the best thing is the flexibility. They give you the flexibility to move through the state. But when you have a house, first the equity in terms of finance, you have more money coming in your finance. In terms of also another thing, when you rent, most of the maintenance of the house is usually outsourced to the owner of the apartment or the building that you rent in. But when you have a house, then all those are your responsibility. So there's all those things are to evaluate when you're buying a home.
Before making a good decision.
When you're making a decision of buying.
All right, so now we are going to go to the PSA, and when we come back, we will continue the next segment.
Do you speak African? Do you guys have TV in Africa? Oh, you probably have a pet lion in your backyard, right?
No, I don't speak African. Africa is a home to more than 1 billion people with more than 1,000 languages, including French, English, and Arabic. Yes, we have TVs, Wi-Fi, social media, and we don't all live in mud houses. We have beautiful cities and wild animals, but they don't roam the streets and are definitely not kept as pets. Just like in any other part of the world, there is poverty, disease, and hunger, but that's not all we are about. Africa is a colorful and rich continent. The people are beautiful, the music is amazing, and the food is delicious. And no, your 25 cents cannot feed an African child. For more information on the beauty of Africa, visit igniteafrica.tv.